3 a.m. Also, using actual alarm clocks. You paid hundreds of dollars for that piece of technology you carry around, Peralta. Use it.
Thought you could get a head start on heist prep?
Staring at someone while they sleep.
And I made breakfast. Wait, where are my eggs?
Well, even if they had still been on the plate, the egg residue would have been stuck to the underside of the sheet once you made that maneuver. And why wouldn't you put the eggs on your nightstand instead of in between the two of you while you were sleeping? Also, we find out shortly Captain Holt is the one who ate the eggs, and now I have so many questions how he even knew they were under the comforter for him to steal. Also, I'm putting out an APB for an NYPD employee engaging in a B&E with no WNG. What if they've been mid-PIV?
Belt. I'd like to see the pair of slacks whose loops are large enough for this belt. No, it is a cummerbund.
Captain Holt would be, well, a captain at TVSins.
Any man or woman, #resist, can enter.
Or womaning your sentences. If you mean human, just say human, or person, or just anyone.
Ooh, every man for himself. It's like Bachelor in Paradise.
I'm pretty sure that show's tagline is every STD for itself, but close enough.
Because you're both losers.
Holt is about to insult every last person in this room because of this competition, and it feels like maybe that's a reason to send the concept of competition itself.
Now if everyone would rise like the army of the dead.
Zack Snyder references.
Whoever has it at midnight will be declared
Shouldn't this competition have a go moment? Sure, they hung the cummerbund, but who gets to say when the game begins?
It's still in this room. In fact, it's right here!
Considering we find out shortly Jake is one of the main culprits in this ruse, I'm not sure why he's going this far to avoid suspicion. Do you know how hard it is to sew even one button back on a shirt?
Everybody stop undressing. We just had harassment training.
You mean harassment sensitivity training? Because if you want to do actual harassment training, just have them binge the Police Academy movies.
This is Gina Linetti. You really thought you could do this without me?
Gina! I should have known it was you.
Actually, considering the mask, voice change, and first-person use of her own name, a detective like you should have probably responded with, "Who is this really?" And the detectives around you should have noticed you didn't and immediately suspected you of shenanigans. Oh look, a boom mic dipping into frame. And unlike your mockumentary brethren, you have no excuse to explain it away.
Whoever has it at midnight will be declared the winner of the 5th annual.
Except before, Holt didn't even get past the word declared. So this is some reenactment BS right here. I'm highly doubtful Imitation Boyle could have done all that in the few seconds the lights were down, but I'm even more doubtful that they would have risked it when a recorded message would have done the trick just as well. Also, pretty impressive that you can trigger a webcam to activate and broadcast to every monitor in the station with a single push of a spacebar after a station-wide blackout.
I gotta say, Bill, your Gina impression was spot on.
But he used a voice modulator. The correct thing to say would be, I gotta say your impression of Gina as Ghostface/Jigsaw was spot on. Ghostsaw? Jigface? Jigogene?
Last year was a setup.
Hell yeah, it was. I'm sick of you, Amy, and Holt winning.
But Gina won last year, so is Terry directing his anger in the right place? TVSins doesn't think Terry is.
Okay, Sarge, lift up the super heavy thing that no one else is strong enough to lift.
There is no way Terry is strong enough to lift that, especially with that high center of gravity. Also, this server array that is conveniently located in the center of the server room has enough wasted space underneath it to store a cummerbund.
Let's move. Don't cross the beam.
Seems like Rosa could have triggered the beams after they stepped out of the room.
I've had enough heart attacks to know what sweating looks like. Not sweat.
That drop of sweat hit a few feet away from Holt. Are you telling me the perspiration transportation made it this far from the chair? Did it yell, "I am a golden god," before making the leap? Was it on drugs?
Where is my dog?
Better question, where's the one person responsible for training imposter Cheddar? Because this dog has followed a stranger into a sensory overloaded police station and is just hanging out until someone relieves it of its doppelganger duties. And that shit is impressive.
Handmaid's Tale. This is Amy. She won't shut up about how relevant that show is in today's political landscape.
Ha 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 ha.
Handmaid's out.
They really listen to you.
Yeah, I thought that was sinful too, but nowhere near as sinful as you getting them all here that quickly and in that office with enough costumes to pull this off. It takes weeks just to get one Handmaid's costume deliver, or so I've heard.
I put a GPS tracker on the belt.
And you're just using it now?
One of the handmaids, I'm assuming fake Charles, took my safe and then, of Amy, deposited a lookalike.
Add an exact replica safe to the overflowing list of things miraculously procured in mere minutes.
Well, good luck figuring it out because the clock is tick-tick-tocking.
Little known fact, tick-tick-tocking is what I'm going to title my historical account of how World War III started.
That one.
No!
The dust pattern on top doesn't match its neighbors.
If Amy could figure this out so quickly, why did she wait for Jake the Flake to get here instead of just absconding with the belt for herself?
Amy Santiago, will you marry me?
Surprise.
I'm not even a huge fan of this couple and that kind of melted my heart. What kind of witchcraft is this?
Since Peralta altered the cummerbund, no one really won the heist this year.
Okay, fine, but there are a lot of unanswered questions, like at what point did Jake alter the belt? If no one else was in on it, how could he be certain she'd eventually be the one to find it? If Holt had actually won, would Jake have proposed to him and lived the rest of his life in a polyamorous triad with Raymond and Kevin? Okay, that last one may have just been for me.
I planted the idea in Jake's head 8 years ago.
It was 8 years ago, so the show characters must have had completely different hairstyles, cliche.
I don't get it. Seems pretty normal.
I don't get it. Seems pretty normal. Title of my sex tape.
Shall I list the ingredients? Cheddar.
If you've ever wanted to know what it's like to probe into the back end of TVSins and learn our deepest, darkest secrets, Behind the Sins podcast is just what you need. Each week, writers Aaron,
That's me.
Danae,
That's me.
and Jonathan discuss what it takes to create the content that you enjoy on YouTube.
Hopefully enjoy.
They probably do.
I mean, even if they don't, we talk about it.
That's true.
I guess I'll just wrap this up real quick and let you know that you can listen to Behind the Sins here on YouTube.
Or search for the show on your favorite podcast player.
Yep.
Halloween.
Halloween. In my belly.
Get in my belly!
Hey, over here, losers.
Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you.
I should have known it was you, you punk.
Well, do you, punk?
It is amazing how similar you guys look.
A double pleasure's waiting for you.
I don't see it. Me neither. Not even a little. Not at all.
And twin!
Even though I pretend not to be, I've realized that I am completely codependent. But I'm cool with it, because I think that life should be shared now. And I need you to survive.
Okay. That's your one sentence.
I need you to survive, comma,